right. So why I do what I do is because I was a stressed out, always angry mom, and I wanted to follow my passion. But the thing that is told to a lot of moms is that you got to wait till your kids get older. You gotta wait till everybody else is in their place and then they're happy. And so your dreams have to go on the back burner. And I'm a solutions oriented type of girl. So I knew that's not the way it had to be, that I could create it. So I found a way and I said, man, this is like super, there's a way that moms can do this and still rock it out and their family not being left and they don't have a whole bunch of mom guilt. So that's why I got started. But what I do is I basically teach entrepreneurial moms how to get their family and their business to play well in the sandbox together, so they don't feel like they have to choose in between either one, that it's a great balance or a great harmony for them. So that's basically what I teach moms to do. So I teach them how to integrate all the pieces, not just be an entrepreneur, not just be a mom, but just to add one more notch on your belt on how bad you are.
Yes, I like that because I'm all about integration. Apologetically Me is about being your absolute, authentic self without worrying what the next person is saying about you or what they expect you to do. It's about being you and being who you are and who you want to be and designing life on your own terms. Now, we have a good show for you today. We'll be talking to the mompreneurs out there and teaching you how to get your life. And my guest today will be Charmaine from the Charm Life.
What's up, y'all?
And after this, we're going to get right into the show because I'm excited and I'm happy to have somebody in the studio with me. So right after this break, I always start you all off with a song. And this time we have Demi Lovato, Confidence, right after this break, y'all. I am your host, the Confidence Architect, also known as Kamisha. And today we're going to be talking to the mompreneurs out there. We want to let you know that you can be a mom, go after your dreams, and slay a business. Yeah. Yeah. You can do it all. You don't have to say, I'm a mom, so now I just have to be a mom. That's not gonna cut it, because we are women and we can do anything. We can do it all.
We run this.
So in the studio today, I have Charmaine Johnson Fuller, Fulfilled Life Specialist. I like how that sounds. Fulfilled Life Specialist. And she is here to talk to you mompreneurs and let you all know what she do. So first we're going to start off with finding out who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
All right. So why I do what I do is because I was a stressed out, always angry mom, and I wanted to follow my passion. But the thing that is told to a lot of moms is that you got to wait till your kids get older. You gotta wait till everybody else is in their place and then they're happy. And so your dreams have to go on the back burner. And I'm a solutions oriented type of girl. So I knew that's not the way it had to be, that I could create it. So I found a way and I said, man, this is like super, there's a way that moms can do this and still rock it out and their family not being left and they don't have a whole bunch of mom guilt. So that's why I got started. But what I do is I basically teach entrepreneurial moms how to get their family and their business to play well in the sandbox together, so they don't feel like they have to choose in between either one, that it's a great balance or a great harmony for them. So that's basically what I teach moms to do. So I teach them how to integrate all the pieces, not just be an entrepreneur, not just be a mom, but just to add one more notch on your belt on how bad you are.
Yes, I like that because I'm all about integration. Yes. I don't want to be told you can only do this, but you can't do this, right? And you can't do this, but you can only do this. I don't like that. I like to integrate, and I'm all about integrating everything into your environment so that it's easier for yourself.
Right.
I'm all about that. So we got to talk about that because I'm excited because I'm telling everyone all the time, like, you don't have to necessarily fold into what that person is doing. Fold them into what you're doing. Make your life easier.
Exactly.
Right? It's all about making your life easier and so you can be the best you yes. can be. So let's talk about more of that integration. How do you help them integrate everything else into what they're doing?
So I have moms look at themselves as a CEO. Our coach talks about that, about looking at yourself as the CEO. But I also have them look at their family as a team. So versus just a family, more so like a corporate type of setting. So you're looking at your family as this team. How do you get the players on your team to all play well together? How do you get everybody to see what's going on with everybody else and still support? And so I have them first tap into, how do you want your family to feel? How do you want your business life to feel? How do you want these different areas of your life to feel? Not just what you have to do, because that's what most people start off with, is what I have to do. And so what happens when you start off with what you have to do, at some point you burn out because there's no emotional connection. You're just doing a whole bunch of stuff. And so you burn out, or you get really stressed out because you're just going off of what you have to do. So I have them start off with how they want their life and things to feel. Then we start creating some goals and stuff, and we roll from there.
All right. I like that. This is sounding so much like what I tell people all the time. Man, know when you're talking to me, I'm like, she's inside my head right now. Right now, she's in there. She's in there walking around. No, but seriously, I often, like in my teachings, when I go live, when I talk to people, I say you have to integrate other people, other things into what you're already doing.
Exactly.
Instead of stressing yourself out. And then what you said about, how do you want it to feel?
We're all going after a feeling. Every goal that you have, everything you desire, really is really not about the new car. It's not about the new man. It's not about the kids that you want to act, however way. It's about a feeling you're going after, because you think that by achieving these things, you're going to feel a certain way. So you might as well cut to the chase and get really clear about how you want to feel, so you can create more of these circumstances and things that you want a lot faster. It helps you manifest a lot faster.
Yes, and it helps you create your own space, because when you're talking about how do I want to feel, what do I want this to look like, if you don't know how you want to feel, you don't know what you want things to look like, you have nothing to work towards.
You going on OPP, other people's priorities. You know, you're here, they need me here, they need me there. That's why a lot of moms are burned out, because they don't have that baseline.
Yes, and you have to set boundaries.
Oh God, yes.
Boundaries. I love boundaries. At first, I didn't set boundaries. I was like, okay, I'm gonna help this, help that, I'm gonna do everything. Then I was like, okay, no, I'm not feeling well. This is making me crazy,
right?
Like making me cray, like really crazy. So I was just like, okay, I have to set some boundaries. And then at first it felt kind of weird. I felt a little bad, because I was like, I gotta say no. But then after a while, I started feeling better. I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna no. When it's no, it's no. And then you could just, set aside, okay, what's the priority? What can be done? And I can still keep my sanity.
Exactly. And what a lot of people don't realize, our boundaries is a conversation. Boundaries are not, you can't just do this to me anymore, because when you approach somebody like, you're attacking them, they're not going to follow it. It's going to be a whole bunch of mess. But when you say, hey, this is what's not working for me, let's brainstorm some ways so this can work out. Okay, I almost say setting up boundaries like you would set up a goal. Make it specific, make it measurable, make it attainable, make it realistic, make it time bound, because that's basically what a boundary is a collective vision, a collective goal.
Yes, and when you set those boundaries, you have to start off with what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and you just try to jump in there, then you're going to have some backsliding, and then it's going to be some arguments. Like it's just things will happen. So start off with what you're comfortable with. I always tell people, the way I started off with boundaries, and this is how you can start off, because it's easy. You don't have to start off with saying no. You can start off with saying, okay, this is how my time is. I don't have time to do this, and this. Maybe I can help you later. Right. Like, you don't have to necessarily say no, but you can figure out, okay, what can you do? And then you can let the other people know, like, this is how I'm set up, and this is the time I have. Can you work with this? Right. Versus just straight out, flat out saying no.
Which can be hard, especially when you've been saying yes for so long. It's scary to do that.
Yes. And that's an easy way to start off, though, is by saying, I can't fit that into my schedule. This is how my schedule is. Can you work with this? Like, instead of, coming right out and saying no is where
a lot of people stop at, because they're afraid to have those conversations.
Yes.
But the conversations come easier when you have that baseline. Okay, I want to feel this way. I want this relationship to feel this way. This is my goal. When you're outcome oriented with things, then it's a lot easier to have the conversations. Like, if you're married, it's a lot easier to have these tough conversations with your spouse about maybe your business or what's going on, because you have this outcome. The outcome, it could be, I'm doing this business as a side gig to get us on vacation, or I'm doing this to pay off some credit card debt, or I'm just working for my passion because inside of me, I feel like I'm going to implode if I don't share it with the world. Whatever it is, you got to have that, as your baseline, and going to other people, because if you're not sure, they not going to be sure,
Nope. And if you are setting boundaries and you are not confident in the boundaries you are setting, they will know.
Yep.
And they will push those boundaries.
Yep.
You have to be confident in setting your boundaries. Now, when they're not there, you take that time to work on yourself and getting confident. But when they're right there in front of you, or when you're talking to them, make sure you're confident in the boundaries you're setting, so that they don't recognize that they might be able to go ahead and push those boundaries.
Something I always say is that people only do, most of the time people only do what you allow them to do. So if they see that you're not following your own boundaries, it's going to be a lot more challenging. They're not going to follow them if you can't even follow the stuff you set up for yourself.
Of course.
And so just making sure that you're in integrity with yourself too before you go off to somebody else to say, I need this, this, and this. They're going to kind of look, or you just try to get, to more integrity with yourself, and making sure your boundaries are clear, communicated, and consistent.
Yes,
that
I like
clear.
That. And my guest today is Charmaine Johnson Fuller, fulfilled life specialist from The Charmed Life. And she shows entrepreneurial moms how to create a harmonic space between their families and businesses without going cray. That's what she does. All of that. So we're about to get into our topic. Our topic for today is the confidence to walk in your purpose. And this is a really good topic for mompreneurs or moms who want to be entrepreneurs, because you have to find the confidence and balance between you wanting to do everything you can for your family,
right,
and then still wanting to be who you are and do everything you want to do for yourself. It's very important for us to not hold the things that our dreams inside, because then that causes resentment, and then you kind of resent everybody, including yourself, because you didn't get out there and try to follow your dreams when it's absolutely possible. And we have somebody right here in the studio that can help you get everything together so that you can be a mom and be an entrepreneur and not feel bad about it. So,
all right.
What do you have to say on the topic of having the confidence to walk in your purpose, especially when you're talking to these moms who want to be entrepreneurs, or mompreneurs who are not giving it their all because they're scared to step outside of their family and really go for their dreams?
The first thing I say is know thyself. I do a lot of self-work. It's not, I think most entrepreneurs know that, like Jen says, it's between your ears. Like the biggest journey is the one in your head. And to have that confidence, it's part get your life, get your stuff together, know how you want to feel, get some goals written down, draw up a plan. And it's the other part is action. So you have to act. There's confidence in and with of itself is action. And yes, you have that plan, but if you're just sitting on the sideline with a plan, that's not confidence to have the plan. The confidence comes in, actually taking that plan and going on it and stumbling and making some of those hard mistakes that all entrepreneurs make. And, and having all that mom guilt that sometimes we all have when we first start out, because, you have your kids going, what, you're not playing with me now? Now we're doing this. So to have that confidence to walk in your purpose is know, first of all, I'm always going to feelings. Know how you want to feel. Know what you want and know why you want to do it. That's going to give you the biggest boost of confidence ever, is to have those three. I call it like a sandwich. Knowing how you want to feel is the first piece of bread. What you want, the goals you're going after, the outcomes you're going after is the meat. And then that purpose ties it all up together, because purpose gives you that emotional drive to actually stay focused and to stay in tune. So that gives you confidence. And having good people around you. There are tons of spaces for mom entrepreneurs to go to get support, online, offline. There are networking groups for mom. So finding a space where you can be held accountable and get support, for what you want to do.
Yes, and with that support, you're also building yourself up, because when you're inside your own head and you don't have anybody to help you get out of there, you will talk yourself down every single time. Single time.
I'll do it next year. I'll wait till the kids get bigger. Oh, it's too tough to do it now. I've said all that stuff to myself, because I have 3 kids. My husband and I have 3 kids. 2 of them are on the autism spectrum, and one of them is just a hot ball of fire.
Okay.
And my oldest son has autism and seizures. So it would be a lot of the times I go, I can't do this because he might have a seizure. I can't, And the funny thing is that sometimes as moms, you find yourself like wishing that your kids would be sick so you don't have to do that hard thing. And it sounds crazy, but we like to sometimes use our kids as an excuse. Stop using your kids as an excuse to why you can't go for what you want to go for. Do it.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to put that excuse down.
Yeah.
What's the excuse? Using your kids.
Using your kids as an excuse. I can't because they have this, or I can't because they need to do that, or I can't because whatever. We use our kids as excuses. A lot of parents do. A lot of moms do. Okay.
So we put that down on our list of one of those excuses, because I always tell you guys, what are your excuses? What's the next excuse? What you gonna tell me next? Right. So we're putting that down on the excuse list. Using your kids as a crutch to why you can't do what you do. That's an excuse. Okay, so Charmaine just said it and she knows. All right. Okay. So when she talked about purpose a few seconds ago, that made me think about, if you don't have a goal in life, then you definitely cannot walk in your purpose. If you don't have a dream, and sometimes we can't dream, like we hold ourselves in that box to where we don't think about what it is that we really want to do, or where do we really want to go. We hold ourselves inside of a box. And so it's hard to dream when you got yourself locked inside of a box. And you can't walk in your purpose if you can't dream, and you don't even know what your purpose is. You have to find that purpose. Right. So it's about the confidence to walk in your purpose. So it all starts with finding some courage somewhere, finding your courage, and then moving into having the confidence to say, okay, I'm about to do this, and I'm not going to let anything hold me back, including family, because I can get out here and I can do it. So I'm all about giving you the courage and confidence to really just get out and say, okay, I'm going to try. At least try.
Right. And here's the gag. This is what I've learned in my own travels. A lot of the times, actually 98% of the times, most of us have married some awesome men. For those that are married, we've married some awesome men. But for some reason, when we get into this entrepreneurial thing, we think that they're not supportive of us. 98% of the times, what it is that he's not clear on what you're doing, because you're not clear on what you're doing. So he doesn't know how to support you. He doesn't know if you're for real. So it's having that conversation, because you're going to need, sure, you could do it without his support, but it's a lot easier to be an entrepreneur and to go off on a venture if your husband is on board, if you're married. If your husband is on board, or your mate, or whoever, it at least gets that, okay, she is going and selling essential oils, she's doing parties, it's still, that's like another boundary even for them, having that contract with your mate going, hey, I want to do parties every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and making sure it works, because if you can't afford a sitter yet, who else going to watch them kids? So, giving your husband a benefit of the doubt, and also, kind of like we said earlier, is community, having that community of other moms that are either on the same journey or are already where you want to go, finding coaches and mentors that have been on the journey and are where you want to go, and not getting somebody that's just starting out. That's kind of one of my points of angst with network marketing. I love network marketing. I love it. It's the it's one of the easiest and best ways for a mom entrepreneur to get in and get her feet wet. But a lot of the times the people that are your upline are just as confused as you. So if you are in network marketing, I invite you to look outside of your company and find somebody that can support you in that level as an entrepreneur.
Yes, that sounds amazing, because without support, you can definitely kiss confidence goodbye, because it's going to break down bit by bit every time you feel like someone's not supporting you or you don't have the support to move forward. Yes, so I'm saying the support. I'm saying it support instead of saying fail, because I don't want to put that into your head. So if you feel like you don't have the support, your confidence is going to start breaking down, and then eventually you're just going to stop. Whereas if you just go out and put yourself out there, I would say that put yourself out there and you'll find your community. Yeah. You'll find your community once you start putting yourself out there. You'll find where you belong. And then those will be the people that help keep you pumped up, even when you feel like your family is not. Because a lot of times, sometimes you can't find support in your family. Right. And I've seen that. And it's hard. When your family doesn't support you. So you have to like get out there and find a community of people who will support you, because, you know, that's where you can start moving forward. Right. Now, we have a quick commercial break that's about to come up. You know, it's happening like in a few seconds. But so we have been discussing the confidence to walk in your purpose. And we are going to take a pause on that real quick, because I want to get into our Truth Talks topic for today, which is don't let motherhood be your excuse or hindrance. And we kind of just talked about this. Yep. Hey, and that was our Truth Talk for today, because I want to talk about excuses, period. Right. And today, since we're talking to mompreneurs, that's why I put don't let motherhood be your excuse. But don't have an excuse for not walking in your purpose. Don't cut yourself down like that. Give yourself a chance. I say it every week. Give yourself a chance. You know deep down in your heart, if you are loving what you're doing, if you love living your life right now, you know it. You might not say it. You might not want other people to feel like you're ungrateful. You might not want other people to feel like you just sitting around. But I gotta say, once I started walking in my purpose, I enjoy waking up every day. Yeah. Like I used to sleep in late. Because you have something to look forward to besides the norm. And moms definitely need that too. Yeah. You know, you definitely need to have something besides your kids and whatever else that you have going on. I always liken it. You know that movie Groundhog Day, where every morning he got up and he hit the alarm. It's like, I got you, babe. Like, that's how I used to feel in the morning. And it'll be like, dang, another, I do this again. And, you know. Yes. And the crazy thing is, before, when I was doing jobs that they just didn't like fill my heart, right? Right. So I worked afternoons most of the time, and I would sleep late. I would just sleep late because I'm tired. My body's not right. My mind's not right. I just sleep late, get up, go, come home, sleep late, get up, go, come home. And that was not living at all. I was not living. And then when I started walking in my purpose and doing what made me happy, I'm up early, and then I don't go back to sleep. You know, I'm up at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't have nothing really set, like a set schedule where I have to get up that early, but I'm up and I'm working on what I love. You know what I'm saying? And I work on it through the night. It doesn't feel the same. Like you're like, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So you have a what is it called? Y'all, I'm getting life juices you up. I like that. Life juices you up. Yes. Life juices you. I like that. Yeah. Write that down. One of the things I'm always telling moms, because, you know, I talk about feeling and feeling good, is I always want people to not get it twisted. I am not talking about sitting on the sofa, eating bonbons, watching their own channel all day. What I am talking about, you know, when you have like those 3 pieces I talk about, knowing how you want to feel, knowing what you want, knowing your purpose, that things that are difficult, you can do them with ease because you know what the outcome is. That landing page that's so hard, it comes with a little bit more grace and ease because you know at the end of that it's going to help you to get more, you know, sign-ins or those cold calls you have to do. To, you know that you may not like doing them, but
you're thinking about that feeling, and it's going to help you to create that outcome that you're looking for. So when we're talking about like feeling and living in your purpose and feeling good, we're not talking about the low level type of feeling. We're talking about the higher upper echelon where you're going for the gold, the platinum. You're not just saying, I'm going to sit here and roll around in my feelings, but I'm going to go out and get the feelings that I want to create.
Yes. Because once you do, you will feel the excitement in your life. That's the word I was thinking of earlier. I was excited thinking about every morning I'm waking up and going to sleep, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I forgot what the word was, but the word was simple. It was excited. I feel excited every day. And then even on my days where I'm like, oh, this is tiring.
You have that envision where you bam, yes. I know where I'm going toward.
Yes, and even when I feel like, man, I just need to sit down, I can't because I'm still excited. I'm really, really excited. And I feel like mompreneurs need to have that same excitement. Right. Where every day you're waking up, you have to get the kids off to school or daycare or what have you, but you're excited.
Right.
You're excited about it. You're like, oh, I'm going to get them to school, get them to daycare, and I'm going to get here and work on my purpose. Right. That excitement. Do you have any tips on that, how you can get that excitement to where you're waking up as a mompreneur and dealing with family and then being excited still in walking in your purpose?
Have a plan. You got to have a plan. That's the first one. The second one is I'm always going to go back to feeling. Feeling excited is one thing, but again, having that plan on what am I going to do today that's going to bring me excitement. How can I bring excitement to somebody else's life? Those types of questions, looking outside of ourselves is huge. Because if you get stuck inside of you, like we said earlier, if you stuck inside of you, it's going to be a lot easier for you to not do something because you think. But if, whether you're a speaker, a teacher, a coach, you're selling oils or bags, if you don't go out and call anybody, how are they they might need that bag, but you're not calling them, so now they don't have it. They might need something to organize with, but you're not making the call. So you have to say, how can I bring some value to somebody else's life? And just having, Danielle Laporte, I have a planner by her called the Desire Map Planner. Yeah, I love it.
I got it too.
But, she asks you every day, what would I do today to help me get to how I want to feel? And when you ask yourself, better questions bring out a better quality of life. So if you're asking yourself, okay, what can I do to feel the way I want to feel? How can I engage with my children to create the feelings I want to feel? This is not just about you going headfirst into your business and forgetting your family. There are many coaches out there, most of whom are men and who have wives who take care of their children, who tell you that, it's like, go gung ho, go all in, just focus and put blinders on for your business. As a mom, we could do that, but nobody will eat. There'll be no clean clothes. Things will kind of fall apart in the house. And so it's creating that balance, that harmony, and saying, okay, how is this going to look? What pieces do I need? Who do I need to support? Who can support me? And having those in place for you.
Yes, and I also like what you said about if you don't make that call, then they don't know.
Right.
And my thought on that is, if they don't know, guess what's happening? They're going somewhere else.
Right. To somebody who's not, who is going to make the call.
Yeah, and if you would have made that call, that would have been your sale. Whereas now they found them a new home.
Or maybe they don't have anybody. And so that's even to me more painful than them at least finding somebody to serve them. If you're in a particular niche or market where let's take essential oils, for example. If you're selling essential oils and people that could possibly benefit because it could help their health, but you don't talk to them because you're afraid they'll say no, you're afraid, whatever, and they don't even think to look at essential oils, or they don't have anybody to help them. So now they still have this problem and nobody's helping them.
Oh yeah, that's
to me that hurts
too.
Worse than somebody else helping them. I'd rather for them to see another person or to see another coach. But if they're just sitting in limbo and they don't have the help they need, that hurts worse.
Yes, because that's the two scenarios. Either they don't have somebody or they go to somebody else. And still, if they go to somebody else, that could have been you that they went to, and all you had to do was speak. You had to pick up the phone, call, put that post out, get on that live.
Right.
Something, but
put
not
yourself out there.
But not sit on the couch with the bonbons like Charmaine
like this
said.
Feels good.
Okay, so we're gonna get we kind of segued back into the confidence to walk in your purpose, but what about moms catching their dreams? Because I always say, don't chase your dreams, catch them.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that I say a lot. Don't chase your dreams, catch them. So what are some ways that you can offer for moms to go after their dreams? Like, I know we talked about planning, putting a plan in place, how they feel, but what are something that they can do, something they can actually do? Like right now, one thing they can actually do right now to catch their dreams.
That's a good one. And the thing that comes up is still make a plan. I'm like a planning, organizing type of girl. And to me, I'm not a big Bible person, but the one verse that always sticks out is, without a plan, the people perish. And you can have a dream, but if it's not like on paper and if it's not scheduled, then it's just a waif of imagination in your head. Whereas if you have it on your schedule and if it's planned, or you at least have a framework for it where you've brainstormed like different things that you could do to get to that dream, even if it's you just getting like a big sheet of paper or something and just start brainstorming like all of the things that you could do to get closer to your dream, all the things that you think you might need to get you there, like that begins to turn the wheels of the universe to working. Because like you said, you catching your dream is already there waiting for you to take some form of action to get to it, and that's what I would say is making a plan. And making a plan doesn't have to be this, deep-seated, convoluted type of thing where you sit in a room for 3 hours and like create a plan. It could be as simple as you sit in a corner for 10 minutes and say, okay, I want to increase my sales, or I want to have a family vacation, whatever that big dream is. And you sitting down and coming up with maybe 10 things you can do, maybe 5 or 10 things that you can come up with that could get you there, people you need to reach out to, whatever. But start there, and then the things will start moving. The universe will see that, hey, she's serious. Like, this just isn't something that she's thinking about, like a little song in her heart. She's getting ready to sing, y'all.
Yes, and what you mentioned about sorry, I should drink some water. You mentioned about them and catching their dreams. I want to say that you have to be doing something that you love.
Yeah.
Don't just make a dream to make a dream. Like, don't just say, okay, this is my dream just because
Can I
that's
give you
a dream.
Perfect example?
Yes.
Perfect example. So when I first started doing like my vision boards and stuff, like, when you do you all proud, you got this vision board, like everything is really cool. So I did this vision board, and on this vision board, I had this 10,000 square foot house, right? And so I called it gets better. So I called my cousin Q, who is like my compass. And I said, girl, guess what? I just did my vision board, and I got this 10,000 square foot house on it. And she goes, well, why do you want it? And I had nothing. I'm like, I don't know why I want it. Like, shouldn't people at this level want this thing? And she goes, no, they shouldn't. Why do you want it? And I couldn't think of any reason on why I wanted this house other than it was basically somebody else's dream for the type of life I thought I wanted to live. What I know for sure is when you go after dreams like that, you get what I call empty victories. An empty victory is you go after something that was never really meant for you in the first place. You get it, and it feels like nothing. It feels like, it tastes like that orange you get that's not sweet, that tastes like water, and you mad.
Oh, yes.
And you get those types of, and then when you start having more and more empty victories, then you stop going for your dreams. So like you said, you got to know, this got to feel, this has got to be it. You got to feel this in all of you. Otherwise, when you get it, you're going to be like, I could have had a V8. Like, why go out and get this orange? This nasty.
Yes. So what she just gave an example of was not just having any dream. Make sure that your dreams fit you and that you're going to be doing something that you love. Because if you're making a dream for something that you do not love, guess what? That dream is going to keep changing and keep changing. So sit down and make you a list of things that you love doing. That's the best way to do it, is to make a list of things that you love doing, so that when you start looking for your dreams and starting to make your plans for your dreams, you'll know that you're planning on doing something you love instead of just getting out there and doing anything. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done trillion billion things trying to figure out what it is I wanted to do.
And you hit that goal. Like, I've done things and I've been financially successful with them. But you're just like, you're tired. Like, I don't even want to get out of bed. Like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make this paper, and then I'm gonna come back, and that's gonna be it. Like,
it doesn't have any sustenance.
Yeah.
So what happens is you get out there, you start chasing this dream because you think it's what you want to do, and then you do it and you stop. Then you start doing something else, then you stop. Then you start doing something else, then you stop. I've been there. I did that. I was trying to find what I wanted to do.
Right. And sometimes you have to go through that too.
Yeah, and then what I found out is that what I really loved doing, I already knew it, and I should have been doing it from the start.
Right.
And I wasted all my time on all these other things that I cared about at the time. But later I was like, why was I doing that?
A great book for that, and it's a really short read, is Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. It's like, I think the book is maybe 150 pages. I read it while my kids were out on the playground this one summer. And he talks a lot about that, about getting, by going pro, like, stop playing, like, your soul is already telling you what you were called to do. And start to listen to that and go pro with it, and stop playing around and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping.
Yes, stop it, you guys. Stop starting and stopping.
The world is waiting for your gift.
Yes, and then again, I gotta say, guys, time waits for no one. I was so mad at all the time I wasted. Time does not wait. So we have to move on a little bit to your Get Your Life map.
Okay.
I want you to tell everybody about it, what it is, and where they can get it.
Okay, so the Get Your Life map is a one-page visual map. I know you ladies do not have a lot of time to be sitting and reading sonnets and soliloquies about how to get your life. So it's a one-page visual map. It has the 5 steps that I teach to my clients, which is, of course, we talked about feelings. It's about knowing how you want to feel, having those outcomes, your goal, whatever that is for for your life, knowing your purpose, and getting clear about what boundaries and distractions you need to cut out and move through, and then creating a plan. And it's just really simple steps and tips that you can do to start making changes in your day now. And a lot of people go, why do you have boundaries and planning last? It's like, because until you have the first 3, you're always going to have busted boundaries, and your plans will never really work out. So I want you to build that foundation first, and you get it at getYoLife.me.
Get it at getYoLife.me, and make sure you get this one page, right?
One page visual.
One page
visual.
And it's a visual.
Pictures.
Yes. Yes, I like that. One page visual. I have to say that again, at getYoLife.me. We have been talking to mompreneurs today all about getting a life, right?
Right.
And not going crazy, and about walking in your purpose and doing it as a mompreneur, and not having to feel guilty.
Yeah.
Not having to feel guilty about getting out and following your dreams. You're not pulling away from anybody else. When you start following your dreams and you start being better and walking in who you are, you're going to be able to be better with your family, with your kids,
right,
as a whole person.
Right.
So, we've covered a lot today for mompreneurs, and we've also told you about the Get Your Life map. Make sure you get that at getyourlife.me. I just wanted to plug that again.
Thank you.
And also, I want to let you know where you can follow Charmaine. She's in here today. Let her do that. Go ahead. Tell them where they can find you at.
So I'm on Facebook at Charmaine L. Johnson Fuller is where you'll find me on Facebook. I'm also on Pinterest. Lots of great tips on there. The Charm Life. And I am also on YouTube under Charmaine. So it's YouTube.com/users. Charmaine L. Fuller is my YouTube handle. And so I do weekly videos there on my blog at thecharmlife.me, weekly blog post. I'm always on Facebook. And there's always some really great actionable things that I place out on Pinterest too. So I'm a little bit everywhere.
All right. So Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, blog.
Okay. So tell them the blog again.
Thecharmlife.me. If you go to thecharmlife.me, you'll be able to find everything.
Okay, thecharmlife.me, you guys. And I know. So you're listening to Unapologetically Me. And I want to tell you where you can find me at, right? You can find me on Instagram. I'm going to tell you everywhere you can find me, and then I'm going to spell it out for you. So Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. I'll be on YouTube soon. I haven't put the videos up yet, but I'll be on YouTube soon. But everything is at Kamisha RM, and I'm going to spell it CAMEASHARM. CAMEASHARM on all social media. I try to give y'all a little something on each one. I spend a lot of my time on Instagram, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I spend a lot of time on Instagram. And I'm getting back into Twitter. So I've been getting a little clever on Twitter. They added a little more characters. I don't like that because I can't be as you can't be as clever. They gave you too many characters now. But I just got back on Twitter. And also my Facebook is Kamisha RM, the Confidence Architect. But if you put in Kamisha RM, it'll come up. Next week, you guys, I want you to tune in because we're going to be talking about curvy confidence.
Oh.
And I'm curvy, so I want to bring in a couple of people. We're going to be talking about curvy confidence and being confident in your own skin. The show is all about being who you are authentically and getting out there and putting yourself out there to walk in your purpose and follow your dreams instead of just dreaming. Let's stop dreaming and wake up and go get them. Let's go get them. Do you have anything else you would like to say while you are here, Charmaine?
Get clear.
Oh.
Get clarity. Get clear.
Get clear.
Get clear.
Yes, get clear. It's always good to get clear because I wish I would have did that first.
Right? But you have this passion, so you just start going everywhere. Before, it will save you a lot of money, energy, heartache, and effort. If you first get clarity about what you want, what you need to do, and where you're going. It ain't got to be perfect. Just start someplace, and the more you move, the more clarity you'll start to build.
Yes, and I like how she said it. You'll save energy and money. I'm thinking about the money I spent.
Girl, yes.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
All the bum coaches and programs that didn't.
And on all the things that you thought was what you were supposed to be doing, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. What Jan call it, the Dropbox graveyard. I got a lot of tombstones in the Dropbox graveyard of programs and freebies, and
I'm spending some of my mornings right now unsubscribing to stuff. I'm like, oh
yeah, me too.
I've been doing this for a couple, 2-3 weeks now, and I'm still going.
Because some people don't unsubscribe, and you like, I know I unsubscribe from their stuff, and they keep coming.
Yes, I'm like, I do not want this stuff no more. Stop coming in my inbox, and I'm just sitting there like unsubscribe, and I'm like, okay, what was I doing?
Trying to just go everywhere and find anybody that,
yes, get clear. Yeah. I'm going to say that again. I love that you said that because sometimes you need to hear it. And I wish I would have heard this back in the day. Get clear. Get clarity. I thought you had to do everything so that you could find what you should be doing,
But nobody, I think back when we started, like now it's starting to come out more. But 5-6 years ago, kind of when I started my entrepreneurial journey, this type of information wasn't available. You had these old white men that, men don't have kids, and so if they had kids, their wives were taking care of them, and all they were doing was grinding it out.
Yeah. Whew, my brain just kind of shut down after thinking about all that stuff in my inbox. Like, really. You guys, get clear. She said it. No, but also, I have to say that Wine and Winds. I have an event right here in the Detroit metro area called Wine and Winds. On the 25th, we'll be doing a vision board version of Wine and Winds, where you come out and our topic will be don't just chase your dreams, catch them. We're going to be working on a vision board on what your dream is, what you want to do, and we're going to always tie in who are you? Like, what do you really love? How do you get the confidence to go for it? We're not going to just build vision boards just to look at them and hang them on the wall and just look at them every day. We're building vision boards with purpose.
Yeah.
Intentional vision. Intentional vision. You know, I've learned to be very intentional these days. And I just want to give you the handles again because we're about to get ready to go out. So my handle is Kamisha RM on all social media. Kamisha, CAMEASHARM. And my website, www.kamisha.com. So simple. www.kamisha.com. And I'm going to let Charmaine go ahead and give you her website and handles really quick again. And then we're about to...
I'll just give you the website. It's The Charmed Life, THECHARMEDLIFEC.ME, The Charmed Life.
TheCharmedLife.me. And I want to thank you guys for listening again. We're tuned in to Unapologetically Me with Kamisha, the Confidence Architect. And I will see you guys. Well, I won't even hear you, but we'll see you next week. You must design your life on your own terms. The confidence will come, but you have to first take a leap of faith. Build the courage to be fair and true to you. You are worth it and you deserve it. Dare to be you. Create your universe.